Understanding a child's emotions can be challenging, especially when children seem to be overly emotional. Hello, I'm Samantha from Learning Success. This video is part of a series to help you, the parent, understand your child's emotions, so you can better help your child manage and express these emotions in a positive way. In this series, you'll get help from a variety of experts in the area of childhood emotions. Learning Success is sponsoring this series because we want to help. In today's video, we have Nancy. Nancy is originally from Atlanta. Dr. Nancy was trained as an opera singer, earning her Bachelor of Arts degree in vocal performance at the West Georgia College in 1985. However, she answered another call and moved to New York City and became a stand-up comedian. In 1994, she moved to Los Angeles when she heard Hollywood was looking for more blondes. She quips, "The road from comedy to mental health is very short indeed." Let's see what Nancy has to say about helping children manage emotions.
Children come across as overly sensitive many times when they've been living in an environment that is toxic. If they have been in a household predominantly or living there with witnessing domestic violence, for example, or if there's a mental illness in the family and someone's behavior is very erratic, this can be very confusing to a child. They may pick up on some of those traits. They can be highly defensive. They can feel very criticized. So the first thing you want to do is check if there's been any sort of abuse, verbal, physical, sexual abuse of any kind. If the child has been violent, then you definitely want to take that child to a professional and rule out emotional disturbance or any other condition that can be taken care of and treated with a child psychologist or a child psychologist, someone who specializes in children. That being said, there are many children who are very sensitive. We don't want to call them overly sensitive because you may squelch their very nature that makes them so creative, for example. Creative kids do come across as very sensitive. Many times you can see it when they're babies. They're finicky eaters, or they're very sensitive to hot and cold certain fabrics. They're never quite comfortable. They're susceptible to a diaper rash more than other kids. They cry even louder when they're teething, things like that. You do want to be very careful not to label them and make fun of them for crying, for expressing their sensitivity in any way, their joy, they laugh too much, etc. You want to be very careful. And a way to diagnose that, which is much more of a gift than a liability if they are a highly sensitive child, because yes, that is a thing. 10% of the population are HSPs, highly sensitive people. There's a great book written by a brilliant psychologist named Dr. Elaine Aron, that's Aron. You might want to pick up a copy and read it. This will help you assess. She also has several books along those lines. One is Working with an HSP, Married to One, Raising One, and she's got The Highly Sensitive Child. So you might want to read that and see if your child falls into that category. And the book is loaded with lots of information and techniques and tools to help raise such a child more carefully, so they are able to see that their sensitivity is way more of a gift than a liability. This happens with adults too. Many of us, I'm one. Most healers and creative artists and plenty other people are HSPs, and we live in a world that overwhelms us. So this book will help you see if you qualify, or someone you love, or your child qualifies for that, and how to deal with it. Because I always liken it to having really sensitive skin. You can still go out in the sun, but you got to protect yourself. Well, having an extra dollop of sensitivity requires the same care and maintenance. So read that book, see if you qualify, and then work with a therapist if that's important, or just learn how to be a better parent so you can discipline your child, listen to their sensitivity, and encourage that gift rather than squelch it.
Thank you for this awesome talk, Nancy. First-hand check-ins are in our household. The sensitivity of our young kids is greatly contributed of what they're feeling and see inside the home. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to share it on social media. Use the hashtag #BetterEmotions. And remember, you've got this. The fact that you're here watching this video means you're an amazing parent. And that's a wonderful thing to be.